This week on 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank. Big league games from all around the Bay Area. We'll have Bellarmine battling Valley Christian, Hillsdale taking on Sacred Heart Prep, and Castro Valley meets Arroyo.
We have great softball action with Amador Valley and Foothill, lacrosse with Mitty and Monta Vista, and how sports helped this San Jose girl overcome the battles in her life. It's all next on 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start tonight in the West Alameda County Foothill League, also known as the WAC 12, where the Berkeley Yellow Jackets are having a great season. The Jackets at 10-1 coming into this game, 3-0 in league with the power-hitting Michael Dixon, who has 4 home runs and 15 RBIs this season.
Doing very well. The Jackets taking on a San Leandro team this week with our friend Mike Bungars at the helm and star hitter Gerald Nervous, who's never nervous at the plate, with a .548 average and 17 hits this season. The Jackets and Pirates this week. The Berkeley Yellow Jackets taking the field on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Justice Paraiso Caceres was in control early for Berkeley as he gets the punch out here to end the top half of the second. To the bottom half now, and Caleb Millican gets it started with a shot to the netting in center. That's a double. And then it's Max Joseph cashing it in with a single to right. Millican scores, and it's 1-0 Berkeley. After 2, San Leandro would load the bases in the fourth for O.J. Ahi, who gets his hustle on to beat the throw from second. Gerald Nervous scores, and we're tied at 1-1. But the Yellow Jackets retake the lead in the bottom half. Nigel Oliphant ropes one to left. That's a knock as Millican comes in 2-1 Berkeley. Then it's Paraiso Caceres getting in on the action with a single to right. Joseph scores, and the Jackets have a 3-1 lead. Now 6-1 Yellow Jackets for S.I. Santos, who chops one through the infield for a base knock. Michael Dixon comes home. 7-1 Berkeley after 4. Berkeley adds on in the 6th as Will Moscato lines a solid single to center. Dixon scores. 8-1 Yellow Jackets. The Pirates get one back in the 7th. Diego Chavez smashes this one all the way to the netting in right center. A ground rule double as Jimmy Garcia scores. But the Yellow Jackets shut the door from there as Luke Mager makes the catch for the final out of the game, and the Berkeley Yellow Jackets win it to go to 12-1 on the season.
It's the City Showdown Mission in Lowell battling at Benedetti Diamond at USF. Bottom 1, the Bears' number 2 hitter, Azan Lewis, goes the opposite way. It flies over the fielder's head for the double. He would score on a Lowell error, 1-0 Mission. Top of the third, runners on second and third for the Cards. A sinking liner is snatched by the Bears' Will Cohen. But 2 batters later, Levi Humphrey brings those runners home. The grounder through the infield scores Jack Schoner and Cameron Tang, 2-1 Cards. Home half of the third, this ball is crushed by Artis Tran, but Lowell's Trey Chase makes a great grab in center to keep the bases clear, but not for long because the next batter is CJ Pino, and he does that same thing, but this time finds the gap. It rolls all the way to the wall, and he is pumped, but the Cards hurler is pumped too. Owen Mahoney records his 5th strikeout to maintain the lead. Then Mahoney gets it going with his bat. Runners on first and second. He gets a base hit to load him up for Devlin Stanley, and he knocks it through the 5-6 hole to score Alex Bradshaw. Bradshaw 2 for 4 at the plate. A good day for him. And Schoner gets in on the hit parade here. That single scores Stanley. 5-1 Lowell. Going to the last of the 7th, runners on the corners for Akeem Lewis, who hits a deep fly ball, deep enough to score Carlos Ramirez, but catcher Humphrey sees the runner trying for third. Schoner puts a tag down for the final out of the game as Lowell wins this one 7-2 behind a strong start from Mahoney, also 2 for 2 at the plate.
The Independent 76ers at Overfelt for first place in the West Valley League. First inning runner at third for the Sixers. A terrific play here by Overfelt shortstop Ivy Mora, who gets the out at first. Great play, but a run does score. Later in the first, bases loaded, and Danielle Festejo gets all of this one, taking it deep to right center, and everyone gets to run. Scoring are Jasmine Dominguez, Hannah Estrada, and here comes Tori Tran. It's a 3-run triple for Festejo, 5-0 after 1. She can hit, but can she field? Here's Festejo with a nice catch in right, then fires to first. That's a double play and a good reason to smile. More Indy in the second as Dominguez rips a single down the line, and left scoring is Jasmine Lockwood. Later in the second, now it's Festejo again with the bases loaded, and she lines it down the line and left. The ball goes out of play, but not before 2-run score. Meantime, Serra Nielsen was dealing on the mound as she strikes out the side in the bottom of the second. 2 more for Indy in the third. Hannah Estrada with a line single to left. Scoring is Lily Chavez, and Independence takes over sole possession of first place in the West Valley Division. Festejo with a 5 RBI game for the Sixers.
Now off to Harker for some girls lacrosse. The Eagles taking on Newark Memorial. Harker's Grace Hajar got things going early here. She has taken on the defense by herself and willing the ball into the net to give Harker the 3-1 lead. Next, here's the game's leading scorer, Heidi Zhang, putting the ball away after earning the foul, increasing Harker's lead to 4. But Newark doesn't lose their fight all game. Here's their leading scorer, Arceli Hinojosa, taking this one coast to coast for her team's second goal. Now in the second half, Harker's Piper White gets the ball to Zhang, who drives to the net through 3 defenders and somehow squeezes that goal in. But Newark's Hinojosa continued to use her wheels to separate from the defense, and she would end the night with 3 goals. Harker's Lauren Russell wins the battle for the ball from behind the net. She comes around and leaps over one leg to get the goal and the photo finish. When Zhang wasn't scoring, she was finding her open teammates. This time she gets it to Hajar, who notches another goal, but don't let that confuse you. Zhang's a pure scorer. She got her team's first goal, and there's their last. Harker takes it 13-6 with Zhang scoring 7 goals.
Each week, the Riker Center presents the Player of the Week Award.
The announcement made in a rap, produced by the hip-hop department at the Riker Center. Here are this week's Players of the Week.
Go high, Players of the Week. Riker Center. If we truly want to get real, be so specific. This entire month he was beyond terrific. For real, it's just so easy, ain't no one beats it. For Hill Falcons and its captain Sam Levitsky. 2 for 3 with a triple, 2 RBIs in a run. You could foresee the shot, but you still can dodge a gun. So don't mess around and run. Tournament champions, it's about more than fun. Atalia Kanga is the run creator. Junior shortstop for the Silver Creek Raiders. 4 for 4 at the plate, running like she's campaigning with a slate. This is best and it is fake. Hard work will make you great. 3 RBIs for goodness sake. Batting at a .47, that's just great. Z's, Atalia gives them all they pay to see. We'll see her next year at UNLV. These are your Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us great information on sports-related injuries every week.
Here's the 49ers head team physician, Dr. Tim McAdams, with this week's tip.
One of the most common questions I get from patients is about the use of stem cells for their athletic injury. Stem cells are basically cells that are able to self-replicate and transform into mature adult tissue. There are different types of stem cells, but for sports medicine, we are talking about mesenchymal stem cells, or MSCs. These are derived from connective tissue, such as fat or bone marrow, and given the right environment, could turn into various cell types. Although these treatment options are new and exciting, and I believe will play a critical role in the future of athlete injury treatment, be wary of advertisements that promise to regrow tissue because they are often costly and unproven. More studies are needed to find the best way to regrow tissue such as your knee cartilage. Talk to your physician about the risks and benefits of what is out there right now, and stay tuned because many exciting options are on the horizon.
Coming up, the Block Construction CCS Blockbuster game as Bellarmine hopes to take down first place Valley Christian.
And softball with Ensenada and St. Joe's next. But first, here's our World Games Top 10 softball poll. You'll see those top 2 teams battle it out later in the show, so stick around.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank could help make it possible. And a dedicated financial partner will be with you every step of the way. See about pre-qualifying today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
At Stanford Healthcare, we can now repair complex aortic aneurysms without invasive surgery. If we can do that, imagine what we can do for varicose veins. And if we can precisely treat eye cancer with minimal damage to the rest of the eye, imagine what we can do for glaucoma, even cataracts. If we can use DNA to diagnose the rarest of diseases, imagine what we can do for the conditions that affect us all. Imagine what we can do for you.
At South County, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat, we are the #1 volume dealer in the state, #1 Pacifica hybrid dealer in the nation, and we received the 2018 #1 Customer First Award. Take advantage of great deals during our spring sales event. Take home a new 2018 Chrysler Pacifica with third row seating, wireless connectivity, rear camera, and more for only $19,777. Why would you buy anywhere else? Drive a little, save a lot in Gilroy.
We're back at Levi Stadium with our CCS Block Construction Blockbuster game. This one features two of the top teams in the West Catholic League. Valley Christian all alone in first place to start the week with a 4-1 league record.
But four teams were just one game back, including Bellarmine. It's a battle for first place in the CCS Block Construction Blockbuster game, and Robert was there.
Blockbuster game, yeah.
This afternoon's game is a battle between two of the very best teams in the nation. For the Valley Christian Warriors, look for their outstanding freshman. His name is Jonathan Simright. Jonathan batting .375 for the Warriors with 18 hits this season. Also a very good pitcher. For the Bellarmine Bells, you can look for Connor Enriquez, a senior infielder who's hitting .411 with 23 hits this season. Lots of talent on the field today with two outstanding teams battling for first place in the West Catholic League in today's CCS Block Construction Blockbuster game. The Bells threatening the first, but Valley goes Jack McGrew to Dawson Brigman to John Simrot, a double play. Bottom one, a runner on for Valley as Simrot sends this one on a line to left, but Coleman Brigman is stopped at third, and the Warriors did not score. Still a fist bump for Simrot. But Valley does break through in the third. This is Steven Zobak sending a blistering shot over first. Here comes Eddie Park racing to the plate, and he is safe. And Eddie was happy about that. 1-0 Warriors. Later in the first and third for Ryan Belwamini, who sends this one back up the middle in a hurry. Scoring from third is Nick Marincone's 2-0. Still in the third, and Zach Barneo keeps the rally going with this looping liner. Scoring is Zobak, and Valley Christian leads 3-0. Still batting in the third. Bases juice for Eddie Park, and Eddie slices this one to right. Scoring is Barneo as VC takes a 5-0 lead to the fourth. Bellarmine fighting back as Henriquez sends this one high and deep to left. It's up against the wall. Henriquez into second with a head-first slide. Later in the fourth, Kyle Rauscher clutches up and gets the RBI single, scoring Henriquez. It's 5-1. Then in the fifth, 2 on, 2 out for the Bells as Henriquez sends this one high to left, and this one is trouble, and no one's going to get it. Scoring is Greenwood, and it's 5-2 Valley. But that was as close as the Bells would get as Eddie Park pitches 1 2/3 of shutout ball to get the save, and Valley Christian remains all alone in first place with the 5-2 win. Catcher Ryan Belwamini talks about what the win means for his team.
They were also ranked pretty high in the national rankings, so knowing that we beat them really helps us, gives us more momentum, and hopefully we keep rolling.
In San Jose with the Block Construction Blockbuster game, I'm Robert Braunstein, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Now back to softball for St. Joseph taking on Ensign now. The Pilots looking good early on. Lefty pitcher Carolyn Evans starts this game by striking out the side, not to mention she's just a freshman. Danielle Polson up to bat for St. Joe. She lines it through the infield, scoring Samantha Schaefer. Next up, it's Heather Henai hitting a deep fly ball to left, but making a great catch is Carlin Shannon. Isabella Tapia tags up at 3, giving the Pilots the 4-0 lead. Second inning, St. John's adds another run as Evan hits it through the right side to score Sarah Mahler. The Pilots squad knows how to produce runs, averaging 11 a game. Here's Schaefer blasting it deep to left for a 2-run stand-up double, making it 7-0 St. Joe's. And the Pilots don't stop there. Third inning, Mahler all over this one, finding the left center field gap. Henai and Skylar Johnson score. Mahler with the stand-up double. Bridges wants to join in on the fun as she sends it back up the middle, scoring Mahler, and the Pilots with the big offensive showing take this one 10-0 through 5 innings. St. Joe's looking good heading into league play.
The San Ramon Valley Wolves and the visiting Amador Valley Dons meeting on the court Wednesday night. It's back and forth in the first. Graham King to Grant Werhane for a Ben Weinberger kill for the Wolves. Justin Kim finds Jacob Kim, who sets it up to Colton Brooks, and he nails it into the hardwood. 4-2 Amador Valley Dons. Check out this block by Nico Bianchi, giving San Ramon Valley the lead again by 1, but the Dons are too good. Brooks to Jacob, back to Brooks, who finds a hole in the D to take this set 25-22. To the second, it's the dynamic duo. Brooks connects with Jacob, sending it back to Brooks, who fires a rocket for the Dons. More AV action, Nolan Gill to Jacob to Logan Miller, who smashes it down. The Dons now up 2-0. Third set now, Weinberg to Champ Harwood to Brandon Fitzgerald, who rips it into the hardwood to cut the deficit to 2 for the Wolves. The Dons fighting to keep the lead. Luke McFall to Jacob, back to Luke. He's a freshman. Amador up by 4. The Wolves keep on fighting. Ashish Suresh to Hardwood to Weinberg, who gets the point for SRV. But Amador Valley just too powerful. Brooks, Jacob, back to Brooks, who gets some air for that one. As the Dons sweep this one in 3 straight, the Dons staying on top of the East Bay League with an 11-1 record. Brooks leading the way. The Oakland A's and U.S. Bank bring us the Coach of the Week award each week. This week's Coach of the Week is Homestead head coach Eric Peeney. The Mustangs have shown great improvement this season and are battling for the De Anza Division title.
As our Coach of the Week, Coach Peeney and the Mustangs will receive tickets to an upcoming A's game. You can get tickets for the Red Sox game April 20th and get a free Green Fridays Matt Chapman jersey. Coming up, we'll see Coach Peeney and the Mustangs in action as Homestead travels to Palo Alto.
And the San Jose girl using sports to deal with the battles in her life. Our U.S. Bank Future Leaders is next. But first, here's a tip from one of the sports offered at the Silver Creek Sportsplex.
Hi, I'm Stephen Nichols, and today we're going to be talking about throwing mechanics. First, you want to create a 90-degree angle from your elbow to your armpit. You want to make sure your elbow is directly going above your shoulder to have a high release. Next, you want to make sure you have a triple extension going upward and outward toward your target, keeping your shoulder perpendicular to your target to create a good torque.
For almost 50 years, Block Construction has been enhancing the Greater Bay Area and Central Coast, transforming the Northern California landscape, building corporate offices, schools, health and wellness centers, research labs, historic and non-profit buildings, using innovative and sustainable techniques, delivering safety and quality, creating trusting lifelong partnerships. Block Construction, building futures since 1970.
There's only one event with high-octane energy, heart-pounding action, and non-stop excitement. Monster Jam. See Gravedigger, Max D, El Toro Loco, and more. Presented by official partners America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses. Get a free ticket with a qualifying purchase at America's Best. Visit monsterjam.com and click on the America's Best button for more information. Coming to Levi's Stadium, April 28th. Lock in your seats today.
The Rikus Center is well known as an elite athletic training facility, but you might not be aware of all the ways the center touches the lives of our community. In addition to athletic fitness, nature awareness, and creative arts, the Rikus Center offers a diverse community service program, allowing students to gain leadership and life skills, learning the responsibilities of a real work environment, from working with young children to helping veterans with archery. The community service program will teach students the demands of a professional environment while fulfilling their high school's community service requirements. Back at Levi Stadium and the NBC Sports Studio with two of the top teams in the De Anza Division battling this week. The Palo Alto Vikings with a 3-1 record with some games in hand. Nico Lilios with 19 hits, but these guys hit really well as a team.
Yep, the Vikings hoping to keep their league lead against second place Homestead. The Mustangs 6-2 in league with Kieran Ozawa Burns hitting .362, a De Anza Division showdown this week. Palo Alto hurler Spencer Rohan taking them out against Homestead on Friday the 13th. Top of the second, nobody on for Ryan Yee, who drops one into left for a single. And 3 batters later, Yee on second when Franklin Nagai turns on the pitch. It bounces fair first and then over the bag. Yee crosses home to make it a 1-0 game. And it's still that score in the bottom of the third when Michael Dixon strikes out the batter for out number 3. Well, his teammates remind him that it's the third out. And top of the fourth, our friend Michael is up to bat, and he gets a base knock to put runners on first and second. But after that first run, Rohan was dealing. He puts away the scoring threat with that strikeout. He'd allow 1 run through 5. Top 5, the ball is smoked the opposite way. First baseman Josh Kasevich makes that tough hop look easy. The Pali defense doing it again next inning. Nico Lilios making the sliding grab and guns down the runner. Stellar defense to keep it a 1-0 ball game going into the bottom of the 6th. With a runner on second, Lilios hits it down the third baseline. It hits the bag and rolls into left. Paul Thigh scores. Lilios strolls into second with a game-tying RBI. 3 batters later, runners on first and third. Max Jung Goldberg is the runner at first. He tries for second. Lilios takes home, and he is safe. 2-1 Pali in the lead. Then with Jung Goldberg on third, Nathan Willis goes left side, plating the run. Willis with the RBI single to make it 3-1, and Pali would win by that score. The Vikings improved to 5-1 in league play to keep the top spot in the Bonanza League standings.
Senior night at Valley Christian, and Aaron Schur sure has a fan club. Back and forth in the first set. Aaron Schur to Alex Turtorici to James Mayer for the kill. Valley Christian up 5-4. The Padres answer. Trent Miller connecting with Niraj Kajev to find Zachary Smith, who sends it to the hardwood. Jonathan Zhu bumps it to Andy Tong here, setting up Tyler Hudson. He's got hops in the point for the Warriors, and we're tied at 16 all. But the Padres come out on top. An incredible block by Matthew Connery to take the first set 26-24. To the second, Andre Dumitrescu saves the ball, sending it to Tutorici to Mayer, who rips it off the net, and that's a Warrior .65. It's all Serra action from here, though. Miller with the dig to Smith, setting it up for Keen Blundell. He gets up high, and it's 18-13, Serra Padres. It's Miller again to Keyshav to Brian Ronan for the lefty kill to take the second set, 25-17. Padres up now 2-0. The Padres dominating the third set. Who else but Miller to bump it to Keyshav, and it's Connery tipping it over the net for the point. The top two killers working together here. Ronan finds Smith, back to Ronan, who fires a rocket to close the third. 25-12 was the final. The Serra Padres with the sweep, now 8-1 in the West Catholic League.
Each week, U.S. Bank brings us stories of athletes who've overcome adversity in their lives to become future leaders.
Kiara Biagini joins us now with the story of a San Jose girl using sports to better her life.
Robert, Luis Valdez is a small charter school in East San Jose serving minority students. Tonight we meet one of their seniors who epitomizes what a leader should be despite all the hardships she has faced. Leslie Sanchez Garcia is tonight's U.S. Bank future leader. On campus, Leslie Sanchez Garcia is highly respected by her classmates and faculty. She puts her heart into everything she does, and it shows.
When I think about Leslie, I think about the people that she has met and the places where she has gone and will go that are so much better because she's there.
This lion has gone through a lot to get to where she is today. It started her freshman year when her parents were going through a separation.
There's like a lot of fights and like screaming and yelling and like things going out the window. So it became like a lot of anxiety for me.
So where do you go when your home is no longer a comforting and safe place? For Leslie, she decided to turn to sports.
Well, I was not sure what I could do in order for me to like relieve some of the anxiety and like let myself go, like some of the depression, where I could go. So I did cross country. Every time I would run, I would hear, "You could do it." So that was like, if I could do it running at me, I could also do it in my household.
Leslie ran cross country in the fall and played soccer in the winter. Life was simple on the field, giving her a place to let go of negative emotions. But just before her senior year, Leslie was faced with another challenge.
At night, I felt like this was kind of like a little bit up. And I was like, maybe it's just a feeling that I have. So I just was rubbing my side. And so I went to sleep. And when I woke up, I couldn't speak. And so I was like, I got kind of scared. So I rushed into my room again. And I looked at myself and I asked myself that, why did I look like this?
Right away, Leslie and her mom rushed to the emergency room to later receive a diagnosis of Bell's palsy, a temporary paralysis that causes muscle weakness and distortion in the face.
I was by my room for like a week. My mom had to take my food into my room because I wouldn't come out. And so at that point, depression hit me very harsh.
Just imagine facing this condition as a teenage girl in high school. But just like before, sports helped Leslie heal.
This, by playing sports, was going to be able for me to like overcome challenges and to also just be a part of a team that's also a family and that's going to support me through anything. And it was true because when I came back, I had all the support that I knew I was going to get back from this team.
Playing sports and being a part of a team kept Leslie's head up and feet moving.
She puts 100% into the sports that she plays, 100% into the work that she does. She's able to have all of this going on, but she still comes and she still has a smile on her face. She still comes with such ganas, that willpower to succeed and to be the first in her family to graduate from college.
Yes, this fall, Leslie will be the first family member to attend college. She will continue to play sports and overcome any obstacles, lion-hearted.
Leslie has decided to attend UC Merced in the fall, where she will continue to play intramural sports. Just a great example of how sports can have such a positive influence on someone's life.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's doing great in the classroom?
Yes,
Good.
all AP classes.
Very nice. All right, One Hit Away brings us great advice on concussion prevention each week.
Here's Jill C.D. Baca with this week's tip.
Adequate water intake is essential after concussion. Water delivers important nutrients, generates energy, and reduces inflammation by flushing toxins out of your brain. This is crucial due to the concussed state. A rule of thumb is to drink half your body weight in ounces per day. For example, if you're 200 pounds, drink 100 ounces per day. It's always important to spread your water consumption throughout the day, as the brain does not have the ability to store water. One Hit Away understands your brain can change your game.
Coming up, it's the South County Chrysler Game of the Week as our top-ranked softball teams meet head-to-head. It's Foothill and Amador Valley next.
And Amador Valley meets San Ramon Valley on the baseball diamond. You're watching Danny Root's favorite show, 49ers Cal High Sports Report. In 2006, a small group of dedicated, experienced real estate top producers broke from the tradition of large-scale real estate mega companies. Our goal was to form an upscale boutique agency with an unprecedented knowledge of the local market and community. We are the best and the brightest, top producing agents in Silicon Valley, agreeing to collaborate to leverage our talents and ensure the success of every opportunity for our clients. And we give back with $500,000 a year, annually going out to 24 different organizations. Sereno Group, here for good.
Hi, I'm Lucy Wiedemeyer, longtime real estate broker, and I'm teamed up with Keith Andry, my favorite son-in-law. Many of you remember Charlie Wiedemeyer, my husband. We both support high school sports.
Hi, John Failer out of Saratoga and Santa Clara. I am very proud to support Northern California Bay Area high school sports.
There's a cross, who's it? Bucko! Bang! There's a shot!
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Block Construction, together building greatness. By the Silver Creek Sportsplex, the Bay Area's premier sports and fitness destination. The Rikes Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. And by DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer.
This season, South County Chrysler Jeep Ram Dodge brings us the Game of the Week. That means a reporter on scene, team interviews, and Game of the Week t-shirts. This week's South County Chrysler Game of the Week is the rivalry game for first place in the East Bay League.
Yeah, and it was a really good one. These are our top-ranked teams in the Bay Area with lots of great talent, 2 veteran coaches, and first place on the line. It was a pitcher's duel in this week's South County Chrysler Game of the Week. Our softball expert, Aubrey Tolliver, was there.
Both Amador Valley and Foothill looking to stay undefeated in East Bay League play. The Dons starting early with a runner on third. They try a suicide squeeze, but Foothill shortstop Hope Alley snatches the pop-up and tags the runner out for the double play. Now bottom 3, Julia Camello smokes the pitch back up the middle for the 2-out knock. But after striking out the first 2 batters, pitcher Nicole May goes up and away and gets the batter to chase. The Falcons attempting a lot of bunts, but the Amador Valley corners were all over it. That's Camello to Chloe Angle for the 5-4 putout. Top 4, May putting in work on offense. She drops a single down the left field line for the first hit of the game for the Falcons. Emma Chandler comes in to pinch run for the pitcher, and she steals second to put a runner in scoring position, but 2 batters later, pitcher Danielle Williams records her 7th K of the day. It's scoreless after 5. Then in the home half of the 6th, Engel comes in clutch for the Dons, a deep fly ball to left center. One hops the fence. That puts a runner on second for Maddie Hildebrand, the offensive hero for the Dons. She takes the pitch up the middle. That scores Engel, and it gives Amador Valley the 1-0 advantage. Only 1 out left for Foothill in the top of the 7th when Lauren Hermes hits an absolute rocket to center. She puts a tying run on first, but next batter a pop-up in foul territory to Ainsley Roberts, and Amador Valley takes this one by a final of 1-0. Williams shutting it down on the mound. Maddie Hildebrand with the game-winning hit. A huge league win for Amador Valley, and we're going to chat about it. These are the Dons. Through a shutout, our game MVP is Danielle Williams. Danielle, 7 scoreless innings. What were you throwing out on the mound?
I mean, I knew I had my team behind me, and they're there to support me, including in the dugout or on offense, and so I knew they were there.
Yeah, and this is a big rivalry. Amador and Foothill have been on top of the East Bay League for years, even longer than you guys have been on the team, right? What is this rivalry like?
I mean, it's so much fun playing against such a good team. They're highly ranked, and we're all friends with them, so that's really fun that we have that competitiveness too.
Yeah, they're right down the street, aren't they? Okay, we're going to talk to Maddie next. You guys just came back from a tournament in Southern California, faced some really tough opponents. What are you taking away from that tournament, and how is that going to help you in your season?
Well, a lot of teams there were just like Foothill, so I think all of us, we got a lot mentally stronger, and we were able to compete with those teams a little bit, so I think we also gained a little confidence, like, yeah, like, we can do this, we can hang, so came back and guns fired.
Yeah, guns fired. All right, Chloe, this program has been successful year in and year out. What do you attribute that success to?
I think the coaching staff is really good, and also the team bond that everyone has. The chemistry is like really positive and helps us become better.
Yeah, and you're ready for a league championship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. These are the Amador Valley Dons. Girls, take us out.
Amador 3, 1, 2, 3, Amador!
Here's San Ramon Valley's Caden Stewart doing a great job getting his team fired up before today's game. In the first, the Wolves flashing some leather. It's Dylan Knight to Nick Hyman, firing to Carson Griffey. That's a double play. Next inning, Wolves' own Mason Fowler on the mound, who shuts the door by striking out the side to go 3 scoreless innings for SRV. Fowler doing a great job on the hill for the Wolves. Into the home half of the 3rd inning now, and it's Nick Hyman going oppo taco to bring home Matt Manville. And the Wolves now have a 1-0 lead. Next half of the inning, Nick Proctor coming through for the Amador Valley Dons with a bloop single over the infield. Chris Murphy comes in to score. A few batters later with the bases juice, Michael Wyburn rips this one through the 3 and 4 hole to plate Joey Batalega, and the Dons are rolling. But we're not done yet. Nate Lau also getting a base hit to right, and Proctor comes in to score as the Dons lead it 4-1. We're still going in the same inning. Ari Solomon with a grounder to the left side, and the ball is misplayed, and hustling around from second is Mitch Lawrence. He'll slide in safely at home, and he is pumped as the Dons score 6 times in the 4th inning to take a 6-1 lead. Mitch Benson dealing on the mound for the Amador Valley Dons. He gets the K there to end the 5th. He goes 5 strong innings for Amador Valley in the victory. 6-1 is the final. Proctor and Wyborn with big games for the Amador Valley Dons. Once again this season, Lexus of Stevens Creek is honoring athletes who do great volunteer work in their community.
The votes are in. We have our top 10. Now a committee will narrow it down to 5, and those 5 will submit essays and split $10,000 in scholarship money. Thanks to Lexus of Stevens Creek. We'll keep you posted.
Coming up, Hillsdale and Sacred Heart Prep battle for first place in the Bay League.
And boys lacrosse with Mitty and Monta Vista. You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
We are back at Levi Stadium with the Bay Division battle between Sacred Heart Prep and Hillsdale. The Gators at 3-0 feature great pitching with 2 D1 starters, Arizona commit Dom Caccione and Georgetown Southpaw Angelo Tonis.
The Gators taking on a 10-4 Hillsdale team looking to knock off the Gators and stay alive in the league race this week.
The Hillsdale Knights taking the field as they look for the series split against Sacred Heart Prep Friday afternoon. Angelo Tonis was dominant for the Gators in the early going, getting the batter to chase there, one of his 5 Ks on the day. But not to be outdone was Jason Alba. He gets the K here, no score after 2. Alba was also playing some stellar defense as he gobbles up the slow roller and throws to first for the out. Still no score after 3. The Gators get a man on in the 5th, but the Knights continue to play D as Matthew Leong fires to Antonio Palinelli to nab the runner at second. Hillsdale with runners at first and second in the 6th, but SHP gets out of it as Jack Fitzsimmons makes the diving stop and lobs it to Jack Donnelly to get the force out at second. The Gators with another nice play here in the 7th as Fitzsimmons gets the line drive for 1, then fires to Matthew Jackson at first. That's a double play, and we're scoreless going to extra innings. The Knights looking to end it with the bases juiced in the 8th as the ball gets away. Harry Marshall races in, grabs the ball, and throws to John McGrory, who gets the tag, and we stay scoreless going to the 10th. Hillsdale loads the bases again in the 10th, and this time Leong makes it stick as he pummels one to center. Palinelli comes in to score as the Hillsdale Knights celebrate a walk-off victory in the 10th. A thrilling victory for the Hillsdale Knights. Leong with a lone RBI and a bath for Hillsdale.
The Mitty Monarchs head to the East Bay to take on the Monta Vista Mustangs. The Stings take control early on with Johnny Kim juking out a few defenders and takes the shot to find the back of the net for the 2-0 lead. Final 2 minutes of the first, it's Kim again going low. That bounce shot is good. Next quarter, Kim not only was the goal scorer, but a huge playmaker in this one, this time with the assist of freshman Carson Cowing, and Mustangs lead at 8-0. A few minutes later, Kim will intercept the pass and take this one in for himself. On the breakaway, Johnny would end the night with 5 goals. Mitty would then get on the board. This shot deflects off the keeper, and Ian Collier follows through. That one's called a scoop and score. Mustangs will then get the ball back with Kyle Hayner stealing this one and taking it all the way with a burst of speed. 10-1 Monta Vista. Moving ahead into the final quarter, Kieran O'Connor finds a hole, makes a drive, and fires this one to the back of the net as the Monta Vista Mustangs dominate this one to extend their winning streak to 8 games.
Synergy Environmental Solutions celebrate players who go all out for their team, just like Synergy goes all out for its customers.
Doing the dirty work this week is Henry Wright for the Brandon Bruins, hustling to the plate and sliding in safely in a cloud of dust. Henry Wright doing the dirty work, just like Synergy Environmental Solutions. South County Chrysler Jeep Ram Dodge cares about our Bay Area young people.
So every week they bring us tips on how our teens can drive more safely. Here's this week's safe driving tip.
I'm Anthony Gonzalez. I'm from Leland High School, and I'm here with this week's South County Chrysler safe driving tip. In a recent survey, 86% of teenagers reported using their cell phone while driving. This happens even though teens know it's not safe and it is illegal to drive and use your cell phone. Look at yourself in the mirror and ask if the danger is really worth it. Put the phone away. All those texts will still be there when your drive is done.
Coming up, our second block construction blockbuster game as Castro Valley takes on Arroyo.
And Mission Valley League softball with James Logan and American next.
The difference between impossible and possible? It's a person who believes they can, saving toward their goal with a bank that believes they can too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
At South County Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat, we are the #1 volume dealer in the state, #1 Pacifica hybrid dealer in the nation, and we received the 2018 #1 Customer First Award. Take advantage of great deals during our spring sales event. Take home a new 2018 Chrysler Pacifica with 3rd row seating, wireless connectivity, rear camera, and more for only $19,777. Why would you buy anywhere else? Drive a little, save a lot in Gilroy.
The Rikus Center has long been a staple of the Bay Area sports community, offering flexible and adaptable training programs for all ages. Among their most advanced programs is Cornerstone, a training course that combines a group-style training session with one-on-one supervision to optimize the training of its most elite athletes. Beginning each session with a group-based training workout, Cornerstone offers the best of both worlds. Fluid dynamic sessions followed by routine, all the while being assisted by the center's certified coaches.
Hi, I'm Tom McGraw, and I have the privilege of serving as CEO of First National Bank of Northern California. It's also been a privilege to grow up and make my home in the beautiful beautiful Bay Area and play high school sports just like many of you. We're proud to support local businesses and homeowners, as well as the hardworking youth and student athletes in the Bay Area. Come in and meet us and see how community banking really makes a difference in building stronger neighborhoods. Come into a branch and say hi.
Where everybody knows your name. Back at Levi Stadium in the NBC Sports Studio and back to the WAC-12 with two more of the top teams meeting this week. The Arroyo Dons are 4-1 in league play, just one game out of the lead.
Yeah, and the Dons meeting a 9-3 Castro Valley team, just 1-0 in league. A big game in the WAC-12. It's the NCS Block Construction Blockbuster game. Our Chiara Biagini was there.
Blockbuster game, yeah.
Today's game features two very strong teams in the WAC-12, the defending NCS Division II champs, the Arroyo Dons, and the 9-3 Castro Valley Trojans. Now, the Dons looking good early on in league play. On the hill for the Dons will be 6-foot right-handed pitcher Cameron Weatherford. He's got 4 wins on the season with a 2.5 ERA. For the Trojans, batting cleanup today will be number 17, Grant Thomas. He's got great power, hitting over 300. Let's get to it. It's Arroyo and Castro Valley in this week's NCS Block Construction Blockbuster game. Castro Valley loads the bases with no outs in the first. Arroyo gets a grounder for the double play, but Skylar Bowersmith crosses home plate for the quick 1-0 lead. The Dons now up, looking to take back that run, but playing stellar defense is Trojans left fielder Jose Dominguez coming in for the diving catch like it's nothing. Second inning now, the Trojans' right-handed pitcher Jason Brown taking care of business as he strikes out the side. Both teams battling it out on defense. Here's a 1-6-3 double play by the Dons to keep Castro Valley at a 1-run lead. We jump to the home half of the fourth. Jacob Gurul hits a grounder through the right side to advance Josh Valenzuela to third. The DH Zion Michaels up to bat. The junior turns on this pitch, sending it to deep left, just short of a home run. Valenzuela and Gurul come in to score as the Dons take a 2-1 lead. Michael's in scoring position with Dons pitcher Cameron Weatherford at the plate. He connects with this one for a base hit to shallow left center. Trojans left fielder Jose Dominguez fires home and saves a run. Top 6, Josh Levy here with a nice 2-out blast to deep left center. Watch out for those geese. Levy with a stand-up double, but look out, it's a trick play by the Dons as they fake a pickoff overthrow to second. They get the runner in a pickle and get the out. The Dons hold their lead in the 7th as they take game 1 of the series 2-1. Michael's the difference in this game with a 2-run double. He talks to us after the game about his approach at the plate.
I knew that the position that my teammates put me in that particular situation, I knew that was the time for something big to happen, and I was just looking fastball, and I was dead red, and I got it down, and I just threw my hands at it, and it just went. I just think we're all working together, and we're really playing the baseball that we know how to play. No one's trying to outdo themselves. No one's trying to be something that they're not. It's just we're doing our roles, and it's all working together, and it's actually turned into a really great season this year so far.
In San Lorenzo with our blockbuster game, I'm Chiara Biagini, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Logan head coach Terry Johnson in her 33rd and final year with 5 section titles and 19 league titles, not too shabby. American threatening the first with 2 on as the ball is popped to right. Lacey Sandoval is there to make a nice catch. Instagram handle ace second base. 2 on for Logan, but American shortstop Hannah Hillman travels into shallow left center to make the grab. On the mound for Logan, Camille Rodriguez was dealing and gets some help here from her catcher Cassandra Wen, who nails the runner at second. Tiavana Salazar with the tag. The Colts break through in the 4th as the catcher Wen takes this one down the line in left. A leadoff single she would later score on a fielder's choice. Then in the 5th, 2 on for the Colts as Olivia Cazares lays it down. Racing to the plate is Mia Jolie Castro, and she is safe at the plate. 2-0 Colts. Then it's Wen again, just crushing this one deep to the wall in left center. Scoring is Lacey Sandoval and Cazares. 4-0 James Logan Colts. And that was the final in this one as Aaliyah Yates kicks this one towards the bag and gets the out. She meant to do that as James Logan wins it to go to 3-0 in league, 9-2 overall.
The Harker School Honors athletes who perform well in the classroom every week. This week's scholar athlete is Maddie Sweeney from Amador Valley Girls Lacrosse. Maddie sporting a 4.2 GPA.
Very nice. Brought to you by the Harker School. This week, Harker congratulates the boys varsity golf team for 4 big wins over the last 2 weeks. The Eagles won a huge matchup for first place with senior Victor Shin taking the top spot with a 36. And then Harker took a tri-match with Jin Kim leading the way, shooting a 32. Finally, the Lynxmen defeated an NCS powerhouse with senior Dalet Tulabayev leading the pack with a 69. At Harker, preschool through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. Once again this season, Adobe brings us advice on how to use their software to make great highlight reels and team videos.
Here's this week's Adobe tip.
There are a few ways to cut out an image from the background in Photoshop. One way is using the polygonal lasso tool. Duplicate the image you are cutting out and turn the eye off in the background. Then activate the polygonal lasso tool, zoom in on the portion where you want to start working, and then hold down the Control key and mark the outline of your subject. I like to do this one portion at a time, so if you make a mistake, you can go back and do it again. Once you have a portion selected, hit Delete or Control X to remove it. Once you're done, you can use the cutout image to highlight your favorite player. Coming up, the West Catholic League showdown between St. Francis and Mitty.
But first, here's the World Games Top 10 baseball poll.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By South County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Drive a little, save a lot. By Club Sport at the Sportsplex. Live healthy. And by the Sereno Group. Here for good.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pizzine in Palo Alto, and I'm a proud supporter of Bay Area high school sports.
Hi, my name's Ed Graziani from Los Altos. I'm proud to support high school athletics on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
Back at Levi Stadium and another battle from the very competitive West Catholic League. This one features 2 of the 4 teams starting this week just 1 game out of first place.
It's Mitty and St. Francis. Mitty with sophomore Nick York hitting over 500, while the Lancers, Ryan Jeffries batting 450. Not bad there. The two go head-to-head in the game played on Friday afternoon.
Head coaches Brian Yockey and Matt McGuire shake hands before the Monarchs host the Lancers. The Monarchs come out with their bats hot. Joe York goes back up the middle for the base hit RBI, scoring his younger brother Nick for the 2-run lead. Second inning, St. Francis center fielder Mo Wilmer comes in for the full extension diving catch. That was nice. Nick York from Mitty connects with this one, sending it all the way to right center for the 2 RBI double. Nick advancing to third on the throw with big brother Joe York at the plate. He comes through with a base knock through the infield for the 5-0 lead. The York parents must be proud. Home half of 3, it's more Mitty offense. Nick York having himself a day at the plate, blasting one over the center fielder to clear the bases for his 5th RBI. Then it's Justin Connor doing a great job going with the pitch. Arthur Soto scores to make it a 9-run lead. The Lancers get on the board in the 5th. Michael Leahy laces this one to deep right field, scoring Kevin Kamak. We head to the 6th inning. Mitty on top, 12-1. Mitty with the bases loaded. The Lancers roll it up for the double play, but a run scores to make it 13-1 Monarchs. The Lancers get a rally going in the 7th. Elijah Ricks leads off the inning with a stand-up double to deep left center. Cooper Ford now at the plate for SF. He pulls the pitch down the left field line. That scores Ricks. The Lancers add 4 runs, but Mitty ends this game with a double play. Second base, Dominic Quinones makes the catch, and he picks the runner off at first. The Mitty Monarchs with a huge win, 13-5 the final. Mitty all alone in second place in the Dub Cow.
The Silver Creek Raiders softball team having a great season again this year.
Yep, the girls meeting with 99.7 Now Strawberry at the Rica Center to talk about it earlier this week.
Hey, we're at the Rica Center in Menlo Park, the premier training facility on the peninsula where goals are achieved. I'm with the Raiders of Silver Creek High School from San Jose. What's up, Creek? You girls are crushing the season. Already 9-2. Jade, the only senior on the team, pitcher and outfielder. Seems that this squad gets better, even though your competition got way tougher this year. How's that happen?
Well, it's been really interesting to see how we went from the B division all the way up to the A division, and as the competition gets tougher, we get tougher. We rise to the occasion, and the girls have worked really hard, and being the oldest one on the team, it's been really interesting to watch all the younger girls grow and get better, and I just see them getting better with every game, and it's just really great.
And speaking of getting better, Adriana said that even though there's a few teams they beat that they really enjoyed beating, the team feels there's some unfinished business this season.
Yeah, coming into this year, our slogan is unfinished business because we started something last year that we really want to finish this year. And by doing that, we hit the weight room. We have conditioning before the season even starts. And we want to win league for sure this year and have a good run in CCA.
All right, goals, big goals. Atalia right here, when you guys aren't scrimmaging and practicing and training, how much hanging out do you do off the field?
We do a lot of hanging out. We go to team bonding every other Friday, which is we hit up rock and jump, we go out and eat, we go to the movies. You know, coming into this year, we incorporated being a family, and we didn't just want to be on the field all day long, hitting the weight room, working out, doing this, doing that. We wanted to be outside, and we wanted to get together in our personal lives and not just be all about softball. So that's why we like hanging out with each other, and I love these girls. They're my sisters, so.
And you're a junior now, but I heard you're already committed to UNLV?
Yes.
Oh, high five. That's big. That's big. All right. These girls mean business. Creek is in the house, the Raiders of Silver Creek High School. My name is Strawberry from 99.7 Now. Talk to you on the radio every night at 7. Raiders, take it away.
DGDG.com presents the Be Happy Play each week. This was a play in a game this week that made everybody happy. This week's Be Happy Play goes to the Foothill Falcons after a leadoff triple. The suicide squeeze is popped up. Shortstop Hope Alley catches it, tags the runner out. Hope Alley and the Falcons very happy about it. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. It might be this play, but maybe not.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Rikus Center.
Hi, I'm Coach Robbie, and today's training tip is a reaction ball drop. This is a great exercise to do during your rest period between sets, and it's great to work on your action, your mental focus, and hand-eye coordination. So what we'll do is we're gonna put a number to each hand on the floor. Your right hand will be 1, left hand will be 2, the floor will be 3. It's a partner exercise. One partner is gonna drop the ball while counting out a number, and your goal is to try to catch the ball as quickly as possible without letting it hit the floor. To make this exercise more challenging, you can place your hands farther and farther and farther back behind yourself.
The winner of the Service by Medallion Play of the Week gets a hat, a backpack, and an invitation to our 49ers Prep End of the Season Awards Banquet right here at Levi Stadium, May 21st.
We'll show you some really good contenders and then award this week's Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
First contender is Josh Kasevich from Palo Alto, gobbling up the tough hop and tagging first for the out. Trey Chase from Mission chasing down this ball. Over the shoulder catch. Watch that one. Oh, that was a nice catch. Ivan Mora from Overfelt, a great diving play in the middle of the infield for the out. Nico Lilios from Palo Alto now sliding to the right. He's got to have a good arm to get that runner out at first, and he does. Next up, Harry Marshall. There's a wild pitch, and that's usually not a good thing, but in this case it is. He picks it up, and there to make the tag is John McCroy. That saved the game for Sacred Heart. But that's not our Play of the Week. This is Momo Wilmer from St. Francis with the diving catch. Watch Momo in slow-mo here. He's coming to the banquet with this week's Play of the Week.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports Report for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Be sure to join us next week to meet the Saratoga volleyball player winning her battle with cancer. We'll see you then.